What's up, guys? Russell here. We're at Vegas for the PPG event. My tournament just ended. I ended up going X11 day one, getting 12th place in Swiss, and then fortunately lost in top 16 to Jeffrey Lena, who's a good friend, really good guy, so I'm happy for him. He was playing Baby. But yeah, so I was playing Brawly this weekend. I was gonna play Beerus, but they announced the ban of Button, and I have yet to play Brawly with Button, so I decided to at least get one tournament in with it before it got banned. So yeah, you guys all know what Brawly does. He's busted. But going into the main deck, I ran the blue-yellow dual colors, so obviously for Beerus, you gotta run him for Bojack. I think he's just the best secondary one to play with Beerus. One Vegeta Energy Salvo. I like this guy because of like Goku Blacks and Trickster Champas. He just has cute interactions with him. And the fact that he was a 3-drop is actually helped me out in my last round of Swiss against Andy, who's playing Pan. Shout out to him, he's a great player. But game 3, he in his last turn of time, he shrouded food me, but couldn't kill me, so he passed to me, and I had 6 energy, and I got him down to 2 life, and I only had 2 cards in my hand that I could cast to do 2 damage, so I casted this dude for 3, and then I casted Trickster Champa for 3, and I swung with both of them, and he had no 5Ks in hand, and I had one 5K to pump him up to 15, and somehow it got there, and so we squeaked in. So yeah, this dude ended up being MVP. It's only because he cost 3. And of course the one Patara SDR. This guy is very underrated right now. Just what he does, being able to tap down energy, especially against Hatch. You tap down their energy, and then even if they have Power Burst in hand, they still have to take damage in order to stop this guy's attack. So he's just free damage against Hatch, and obviously drawing 4 cards is really good. So that was the dual color lineup. Then we played 3 Goku Black. Deck space is a little tight because I'm also playing green, so I'm playing tricolor Brawly, so I have to slim down some ratios. And I just thought 3 was enough of this guy in testing, like I always saw it. But yeah, he's just a solid card all around. And especially when you're playing tricolor, when you need to see certain, like you don't run as much green, so playing him and being able to draw 2 just kind of fixes your hands. And then 3 Bardock. Obviously this card he's insane, especially when you go like turn 2 him with the bean in hand and you pass your opponent with 1 energy, they swing, you bean and play this guy. It's just a lot of value by your second turn. And then for the green cards, I ran 2 Vegeta the Cruel, 3 Cunning Piccolo, 4 this guy. So these guys put in work literally all day. I got a bunch of matchups like Beerus and Kid Ku and whatnot that like these guys just put in a lot of work. I really like this guy. I know some people run like green, blue, and Android 16 into this guy, but the problem with that is that you're always hard casting this guy in those decks, and your opponent can just denial it. But if you're playing against red decks, like Beerus has to deal with this card. But if you play this guy, they have to denial it, or you just get to play him for free. So even if they denial this, they're not dealing with the problem. So then you just get to play this again on your next turn. So I really like these 2 guys. Vegeta the Cruel honestly really didn't do that much this weekend. It's not amazing this format, but it's a green card, and I needed a higher green count, especially because I was playing this guy, which is like the best card in the deck. This is what lets you beat Baby because they go all in with their turn 3, and you just arrival this guy. He is arrival green, yellow, and then when you play him, you get to KO one of your opponent's battle cards that costs greater than or equal to their energy, or you can tap any card and draw a card. So there's cool interaction like this. Like against Baby, he went all in, and I rivaled and popped his big guy, and so he passed with 1 life left, and he had 2 energy up. So on my turn, I swung with Brawly. He Nimbus, and so he only had 1 energy up, so I used Brawly's leader effect to untap him, which triggers his auto again, and so I got to tap down his last energy and then just overwhelm Mira, swing for game. So this guy just gives you so much value. But yeah, that's the green package. And then we play 2 Trickster Champas. Card's good against certain matchups like, Victory Strikes or anything that try to go tall. Obviously, he puts in work. 2 Paragus. This was probably the worst card in my deck. Honestly, I'd hate this card. I wouldn't play it again if I was to do this weekend over again, just because if you combo this in a green card and a rival Brawly to pop one of your opponent's battle cards that they're swinging with, like Baby, then the combo phase just ends, so you don't even get to use his ability to draw a card. So most of the time he was getting comboed for a rival and I wasn't even getting to draw off of it, so like I would probably take this out for either a 3rd Vegeta the Cruel or a 4th of the Cunning Piccolo, just because I felt like I wanted a little bit of like one more green card, because games 2 and 3 I sided in like 1 to 2 more green cards and it just felt a lot smoother, because you always need the Brawly in hand, a green card to charge, and then a green card in hand. So I would definitely take these 2 out going forward. And 1 Bloodlust. This deck gets to run more than 1 Secret Rare. 3 Nimbus. The Paragus would probably be another one of these. It's just so good when you have Nimbus and the green yellow Brawly in hand against Baby. You just can't die. Nimbus is just one of my favorite cards. It lets you dictate tempo, so I probably put in a 4th one of this. And then the card that's getting banned, the whole reason why I play this deck, if it wasn't getting banned, I wouldn't be playing this deck. But I wanted to get one go in with this guy. It's busted. There's times where I untap 6 energy with this guy. So glad it's going, but it was fun to play with this weekend. 4 Senzu Bean. Card's amazing, you know what it does. And then I only played 1 Mira and 1 Champa. I was playing 2 Mira, but then I talked to Brian Samuel, and he was like, nah man, I'm playing 1 Mira and 1 Dark Banisher Fu, because he does weird stuff like that. And I'm a really big fan of Mira, but I thought I had to one-up Brian Samuel since he had Dark Banisher Fu. I get a little saucier with the Shrouded Fu. I thought I'd catch a lot of people off guard, and it did. This card won me so many games, just people being at 2 life, and they play around, they leave energy up for counters on this guy and counters on Dark Banisher Fu. But if you're playing against a deck that doesn't have Bloodlust or Frost Deadly Poison, they can't out this guy, so you just win. And then the last 4 cards in the main deck were the best super combo in the game, Shu. Alright, going on to the side deck, we have the 4th Nimbus. This card came in against any aggro deck, obviously. I played against a lot of babies, so this card was always coming in. And then we have 3rd Champa, just against if I play against any UI Victory Strike players. It's just a solid card. And then I ran the 3 draft box Goku negates, and the 2 Gogeta 7s. So this guy, along with Vegeta the Cruel, can union into this guy. So against decks like Hatch or anything slower, where I'd want to play Gogeta 7, I'd put this guy in. And a lot of times I would put this guy in against certain matchups and not this guy. It's always helpful to have another negate, and he's a 5k combo, 15k on board. So he's just a solid card all around. 2 UI. Again, he's just really good against Catch or Victory Strike, or even decks that rely on Dark Banisher Fu to kill you. He's just good. 3rd Brawly, obviously he came in against every baby deck. Card's just very good. 2 Haru for mirror match, baby. Sometimes you just need an extra attacker, which helps. 1 Swift Retaliation Cooler, amazing in the mirror match. If they tap out and then on your turn you go for the kill, then you can swing. They Zeno button, you play this, and there's nothing they can do at that point. The 3rd Vegeta the Cruel comes in against any decks that rely on familiar pawns. It's decent against Hatch. Also, if I'm siding in the Goku negates, I side in him, so I have a 3/3 line of Union Fusion targets. And a lot of times he just came in to be an extra green card for the green yellow Brawly. And then the second Mira, so against like Baby, I would take out the Shrouded Fu and put this in because this is your win condition against that deck. You just survive their kill turn and then you slam this dude and kill them. And that's why green yellow Brawly is so good, because it literally deals with their boss monster and then taps their energy down so they can't negate your Mira. So that was the game plan there. Unfortunately, I did really good against Baby and Swiss, and then ended up losing game 3 against Baby and Top Cut. But I mean, it happens. Overall, it was a great event. Another Top Cut. Still searching for that second big win, but hopefully all these Top Cuts in a row will lead to a second big win eventually. Hopefully, maybe.
Wasn't there something about Fuji too?
Oh yeah, so...
Shit talk time. Shit talk time.
Rant time. So David Fujimura decided to play Hachiak this weekend because he thought he could do it better than me. Granted, he did get top 8, which is what I got in Dallas, but this fool got milled out twice by Janemba. The deck's most free matchup, he got milled out twice by Janemba. You're a bum, Fuji. But yeah, other than Fuji being a scrub, like this event was amazing. Gonna go play some teams. But yeah, I think that Chicago event, the first regional, I believe, is before the banning the button, if I'm not mistaken. I think Chicago...
I think it's right before. I think it's banned like the same day.
Is it? I thought Chicago was...
Maybe it's right
before and Orlando was the ban.
Maybe. Who knows?
I could be wrong. But if Orlando button is allowed...
play this shit.
Yeah. Like if you...
Go spend $600.
If you want a good invite, this is just a very solid deck. It doesn't really have any terrible matchups. It's just a very... It just has answers to everything. Like, you can play blue-green Brawly, like what Daehan played at Dallas, but that just loses to Baby because you don't... The yellow cards are what lets you win against Baby, and then the green cards let you win against decks like Beerus and anything that's kind of like not as aggro, but more like mid-rangey. So yeah, overall, it's just a very solid deck. And if you like it, I suggest trying it out. Yeah, thanks.